Mourners, that's Lily.
And that's Crystal. And we are
The Morning Report.
The Morning Report.
Hey, Mourners.
Hello. Again, I just am not here when you said hello. I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm sorry.
Hi, Lily.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Are you recovered from Steve yet?
No. Okay, we have to put some context on that.
Well, if you were here for last week's episode, you heard a shriek. Lily, would you like to explain? For those of us who can't see the video that accompanies.
My husband, I record in the bedroom. I have 2 doors to the bedroom. My husband came in one. I happened to look up, see the video, and he was standing behind me, and it scared me to death. I have not recovered.
No, she's still dead.
I keep, glancing back there now, oh my god.
Right, before it was just a thing we joked about, and now it's actually happened.
Now it's real.
Speaking of things exciting squeals and shrieks from the last episode, I just want to get right into the thing that you have to kick off this episode. So
okay.
Just let us have it.
So on last week's episode, we talked about the super smart super pigs coming down from Canada. And if you live in the northern states, up near Canada, I don't have any idea what's up there. Michigan is up there. If you live up there, I don't know why I keep doing this with my hands. If you live up here, there is a website you can go to report sightings or signs of these pigs, and it is squealonpigsmb.org. And this website is brought to you by Canadian Agricultural Partnership, Manitoba Pork, and some more. I just had to mention Manitoba Pork. So, do your part to eradicate this invasive species. And just to refresh, the super pigs are wild boars crossed with domesticated pigs that are now out there in the world. So, wild pigs pose a threat to rural Manitoba. They contaminate water sources, damage natural habitats, and farm crops, and can spread up to 89 different diseases to commercial and small-scale livestock.
89?
If you see evidence of wild pigs in your community, the best thing you can do is report it. Help your neighbors by sharing the information you see here. There is a phone number, a form, there's a brochure you can print out.
Wow. What is that phone number?
That phone number is 1-833-SPOT-PIG. I am so happy by this website for no other reason than it's just funny.
That's delightful.
So, what's the big deal with wild pigs? Wild pigs contaminate water sources with E. coli and other bacteria, putting public safety and health at risk. They damage natural habitats, displacing wildlife and negatively impacting biodiversity, uproot and trample crops, destroying farmers' hard works. They can carry up to 89 diseases. They reproduce alarmingly fast, with females giving birth to 4 to 12 piglets up to twice a year.
Oh, that's so much.
So we're just going to learn about pigs for a second, because I feel like this is really important. I don't even know if we have any listeners up near that area, but still. So what should you look for? Wild pigs come in different sizes and colors, but are mostly brown or black with coarse, bristly hair. They can grow 3 feet high and 5 feet long. And males typically have larger heads and tusks. So rooting, which is where they uproot and dig up all the stuff. They rub on posts and trees. So they'll use that to scrape off excess mud. So you'll see like a rubbed tree where the bark's all gone. Their tracks. Wild pig tracks are rounded with blunt toes and appear around mud patches and wet soil. They look like deer tracks. Pigs build nests or beds. Look for wallows, which are like small muddy puddles.
Okay.
And then obviously, you should always look for pig poop.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, this is where I thought it was funny. Should you hunt wild pigs? No. Conventional hunting is
but
not...
But if you can manage to hunt them, then they apparently are delicious.
They are delicious. But conventional hunting is not the solution to the wild pig problem. What hunting does is then teaches the pigs that this area is bad. And they disperse.
They don't want to be here because there's hunting. Okay.
So now instead of having your pigs in one location, you can have them up to a bunch of locations because that herd has split.
Okay.
So that's why they want you to report it so they can come in and trap them and prevent further dispersion.
Okay.
And if you are in Manitoba and you do harvest a wild pig, you have to report it to Squeal on Pigs.
You have to. Like,
you have to.
Oh, okay. What happens if you don't?
I guess you go to jail or get a fine.
I don't like fines. I don't want to spend money.
I don't either. Just don't hunt pigs.
Listen. Just go to here and you won't have to get in trouble. You can just go to this website right on the screen.
There's no dot after pigs.
Okay, so if you want to avoid that fine, all you have to do is go to the website right there on the screen. Where is it? There we go. Right there on the screen. Or you can also call this phone number and then you won't have to get in trouble.
Yeah.
And you can help people find pigs. Because apparently they're a big fucking problem.
I am 35 years old and I've never once heard of an unruly pig population.
Me neither. Other than like wild feral hogs. Like we've all heard of that, but like damn.
But all I've ever heard of feral hogs is that they're dangerous.
Yeah, that's all I've ever heard too. I didn't realize.
But you can hunt them. I know that you can hunt them.
Yeah, and I guess people like to eat them, so they must be delicious.
They really are.
Yum. Okay. Oh, you know what? We need to do a shout out that we have been meaning to do for a while. Like, we have a listener in Minnesota. Shout out to our Minnesota listener. They've listened to like 34 of our episodes. So whoever you are in Minnesota, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And message us somewhere. Tell us, like, say hi. We'd love to say hi. Hi. Thank you. It's amazing that anybody wants to listen to us, much less like 34.
I don't think I've listened to 34 episodes, but that's because I've lived them.
I have listened to all of them because I edit them, but I usually don't go back and listen. And also, shout out to Denver. We've had somebody in Denver has been listening the last handful of episodes too. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Whoever you are, we love the support. Thank you.
You get a shout out. And you get a shout out.
And you get a shout out. Everybody gets a shout out.
You know what makes me sad is we are coming to the timeline where people don't recognize that reference anymore, and it hurts my feelings.
Oh, don't you think from the meme though it'll probably be like
but how many people younger than like 20 really know who Oprah is though?
Oh, I don't know. That's
what I'm talking about.
That's fair. Okay. Okay, so now that we are done with the I don't know what to call that. The review of the Squeal on Pigs website.
Pigs
This is
101.
a fucking gem. Yeah, Pigs 101. There we go. We are gonna jump into Oklahoma lore 101, I guess. So.
This goes hand in hand with the South Carolina lore that we did a couple weeks ago. A couple episodes ago. Right? Yeah. I don't know. Nothing makes sense anymore.
Okay, we had South Carolina, and I can't remember when it dropped. But, yeah, like a couple weeks ago anyway. We did South Carolina myths and lore and legends, and now we are doing Oklahoma. So if you haven't listened to that one, go check that one out. It's a lot of fun too. And now stick around for this one. Okay, so we are going to dive into Oklahoma ghost stories, lore, legends, myths, spooky things that we dug up. And if you happen to live around here, have spent any time around here, and you have any personal stories that have anything to do with this, let us know. We want to know. Talk to us. We'd love to talk to you. So the first one that we are going to do is called the Shaman's Portal, or it's also known as Oklahoma's Bermuda Triangle.
See, Oklahoma was a lot cooler than I thought it was when I lived there.
See, you weren't here enough. You weren't here long enough, and the places you got to go, you just didn't get to experience it. You didn't get to. So, by the way, you know, I was terrified of the Bermuda Triangle as a child. Terrified. I was positive it was a giant fucking problem.
Huge
Apparently
fucking problem.
It's not so much a problem, I guess.
That and quicksand.
Yeah, I was positive, like, that's how we're gonna die. Like, our entire generation was like, we're gonna die from either lava, quicksand, or the Bermuda Triangle.
Right?
None of them are really a problem for any of us.
No, the Bermuda Triangle just gave me my 4-year-old, though, so... It's trying to kill me. Just, it's got the long game here.
Yes, it's like, you know what? Just this is how she's gonna go.
She escaped us.
But not for long. Okay, so this all began in the 1500s when the Spanish explorer Francisco Coronado. He and his gang were looking for the 7 cities of gold throughout Mexico and what would be the American Southwest when they stumbled upon the sand dunes in what is now the panhandle of Oklahoma, which is very much like it. Oh, okay, I was gonna say it's kind of boring and flat and it's just sandy, but they also have like Gloss Mountain and the Parallel Forest, which are out there in the panhandle.
I haven't even heard of those things. I lived in Oklahoma and I haven't even heard of those things.
Lily. Listen, when you come back, we'll go exploring.
My little sheltered Oklahoma life.
Now, I never went to the Parallel Forest, but Cammie, who has been on the show before, shout out to that Wizard of Oz episode way back. Oh God, a year and a half, 2 years ago or something. Cammie told me about it, and our friend Yulia also told me about it. And then Gloss Mountain is another place that I have been able to go out to. And it's not really a mountain, but it is like, it's a really tall hill, and it's very red dirt and very shiny. Like, the deposits that are in the ground make it all look glassy and glossy. So another name for Gloss Mountain is Glass Mountain, depending on what region you're from. So, anyway. Now these dunes are part of Beaver Dunes Park. Native American guides who had aided him so far in his journey warned Coronado and his men not to wander into the dunes. They said it was an evil place, although Coronado's lust for New World gold spurred him on. 3 of Coronado's men would vanish mysteriously from the dunes in a blast of strange green light, and he described the phenomenon in his diary as the work of the devil.
Huh. You know, if you start throwing the word devil out there, you should probably just run.
Right, like if it's bad enough, if it's spooky enough to make people name it things like the Shaman's Portal.
You know where I want to live?
Saying it's run by the devil.
This sounds like a great place to set up camp.
Yeah, right here. Right in front of it.
Right.
The Shaman's Portal title was coined by these very natives, and the place has been linked to at least 2 disappearances. A pioneer woman in 1894, and a bit more recently to a Colorado man visiting the dunes in 1987. People have reported electrical equipment malfunctioning, mysterious holes in the sand, and not being able to account for lost time while visiting there. Some say that they've watched military excavations of sand under the cover of darkness. Dr. Mark Thatcher, an Oklahoma State University archaeologist, spent 3 years in the 90s finding anomalies in the sand and studying electromagnetic interference in the area before black suits with military credentials shut his operation down. Some believe that he was getting too close to uncovering an ancient alien spacecraft buried deep below, and the spacecraft is the source of the green vanishing light.
Okay.
In fucking Oklahoma!
So, this is all very reminiscent of Skinwalker Ranch.
Ooh, yeah, you're right. Yep. Which we have not done an episode on yet.
We haven't.
We need to, because that place is freaky.
The place is freaky. And I've said it a billion times to you. I don't know if it's on here or not, but there was a science-y documentary on the TV that's over there. I don't know. I'm re-recorded. I'm just like, what do I do with my hands? I think on Netflix, and it was fantastic.
Okay.
They brought out different sort of science guys and did different tests, and it was really cool.
Nice.
And at the end of it, you were still like, I don't fucking know what's going on there.
I'm gonna have to watch that. I haven't seen it.
I don't like Oklahoma anymore. We just started, and I don't like it.
I mean, that's fair. For lots of reasons, but that's fair. Okay, moving right along, we're gonna talk about next the Green Hill Monster. Okay, so the Green Hill Monster. Bigfoot has, of course, been very popular since the 1960s, and the Bigfoot craze in Oklahoma was sparked in 1971 in the Tallahena area. The Tallahena football team drove to a homecoming float being decorated, shouting that they had seen a Bigfoot, and their star right guard, who wasn't scared of nothing, ran and locked himself into a truck after seeing the Sasquatch. The students stopped decorating their float and jumped in cars and trucks. They drove to the spot on Green Hill Road where the team saw the beast and shined spotlights on the area. They saw a bunch of animal carcasses, but didn't see Bigfoot again. Police followed their convoy and broke up the party, but locals now claim their very own Bigfoot, the Green Hill Monster.
From one sighting.
One sighting. One sighting. Well, you know what? I have only seen one sighting of Bigfoot, but I'm positive that I'm running with it. He's real.
Yes, but you also have like other experiences coming in to be like, yeah, Bigfoot's real.
That's true. I guess I'm not claiming it's mine.
These people were like, yeah. And that's the thing. I don't think a city should have a right to claim that they have something until they've seen it like 3 times.
That makes sense. There's one, and they're like, hey, we have our own Bigfoot.
He was just visiting. He was just walking through. It was a hike. You guys caught him at a bad time.
Okay, but get this one. This one's even more, you're gonna love it. Okay, have you ever heard of the Oklahoma octopus?
You know, I have, and it was on my list of things to do when I was in Oklahoma, and I didn't do it.
Okay, well, let's talk about it.
I didn't like that sentence. That was on my list of things to see.
Is it that kind of podcast now, Lily?
It shouldn't be. That'll be the TMR like after dark.
And now you're listening to TMR After Dark and Octopus Hentai with Lily. So some believe there is a man-eating freshwater octopus the size of a horse in Lake Tenkiller, Lake Thunderbird, and Lake Oologah.
So you got 3 of them.
Yeah, apparently fucking 3 of them. There have been quite a few drownings at these lakes, and some now are being attributed to a reddish-brown octopus. These were all man-made lakes made in the 50s and 60s, and so far the world over, no freshwater octopi have been discovered. The legend doesn't seem to be too old, with the very first sightings happening in the early 2000s.
What is there something in the air in Oklahoma? Yes.
I'm not going to answer that.
You shouldn't. I want there to be octopus in lakes so hard.
I do too, but they don't live there.
But
they gotta live in the ocean.
If it was like brackish water, I would believe it. Like I would be like, oh my god, there's not definitely an octopus in that lake.
Right.
But
it's like
just plain water, just tap water. I don't think so.
Right. I don't. No, they gotta live in the ocean. Okay. But we're gonna go to our next one, which does have a little bit more solid ground to stand on, I guess. That's a bad joke. I'm sorry.
That was the greatest thing you've said. I love it. I love it.
So we're going to talk about the Ishkatini, the Seminole and Choctaw folklore brought to Oklahoma from their native lands in Florida and Georgia talks of witches who grew more powerful and terrible through the evil that they did. One of their more notable powers were werewolf-like transformations into animals, sometimes coyotes, wolves, or bears, but most often great horned owls. By day, they looked like other Seminole people, but at the rise of the full moon, they vomit up their internal organs, their blood, and their souls, and look to feast upon human flesh.
Well, because they're obviously hungry now.
Yeah, they just puked everything they have up. You want to give a new meaning to, like, I just threw up everything I had? No.
So we've got, in South Carolina, we've got somebody that takes your skin. And in Oklahoma, we have something that's just skin.
Yep. They threw up everything else. And that is the Ishkatini.
What good does that do? Like, what is that, a defense mechanism, or does it just leave you more open for more?
I think it just
flesh?
leaves them more open so they can eat more. So then we go next to the Kashehotapolo, which is the Choctaw and Cherokee beliefs contain shape-shifting humans turning into deer called Kashehotapolo. In Choctaw lore, they're nothing more than mischievous nuisances that mess with hunters. In Cherokee lore, however, they believe in seductive deer women who trample and kill men with their hooves when they're drawn in and get too close.
I now have a new life goal.
Become a seductive deer woman who tramples
Yes.
men when they get too close.
That is the dream.
I think that is a very good dream.
That's my goal.
Yes.
That's what I want to be when I grow up.
Speaking of growing up, there is a ghost boy who lives in Pryor who did not grow up. Many people have reported. I almost made it. And then I looked at you and you were laughing. Many people have reported a young boy, about 12 years old, trying to catch a ride on Highway 20 in the Pryor, Oklahoma area. He plays basketball and is totally willing to get in the car with you. He then vanishes before you are able to drop him off at his destination.
Oh, that seems so benign. I love that.
It does, right? He's just like, let's see, I don't know, what's up? I'll hop in with you for a little while, keep you company. Okay, gotta go.
Bye! What in the world?
I don't know. Oh, okay, this one's kind of cool. This one, we're gonna go and talk about the Hex House.
The Hex House.
Hex House is actually, it's a haunted house now that they do every year around Halloween, but it started because of a real place.
I also never went to this because I didn't have a babysitter.
You never went to the haunt? Oh, yeah, that's right. And it absolutely is not a good place for tiny ones. So we have the Hex House, the real Hex House. Carol Ann Smith lived at number 10 East 21st Street in Tulsa in the 1940s. She lived a lavish lifestyle during a time when her neighbors were just getting by due to wartime rations. Police came investigating what they believed to be ration fraud, but what they found was way more than fraud. By the way, what is ration fraud? Leo, can you please tell us what is ration fraud? Oh, never mind.
So during the war, you would get little tokens or pieces of paper.
Okay.
And you would, so imagine Ray, when she would go and get her portions of food, like she would turn in, that's what ration fraud is. Like, well, that's not what ration fraud is, but that's what rationing is. You would go to the store or wherever, you'd give them your 2 pieces of paper for a pound of flour. Right. And you'd get your pound of flour. And everybody was given basically the same ration cards.
Right. That part I know. But how do you fraud that? How do you...
You would either you would take somebody else's, people were selling their rations, you would steal, or you would just not turn them in, or you would make illegal duplicates. And oh my God, now Eric's walking behind you.
I saw something move. I don't know if you can see the goosebumps that are on my arm, but like I saw something move and he went so fast, like I didn't have time to make a noise. My whole body just like lit up. I was like, I'm gonna die.
I'm done. I don't.
Look at this. Do you see my freaking goosebumps? All down my whole left side of my body right now. It's just like, we're gonna die.
And it was the way he walked. It was just so like slow.
It's like a goddamn ghost. We're talking about goddamn ghosts right now. Okay, it's fine.
And then he like turned his head real slow and looked, and I was like, no.
You know what? If this keeps happening, I'm so glad we're recording video now. If this has to keep happening, at least it can entertain our viewers. Jesus. We're gonna literally be the morning report before too long. We're gonna be broadcasting from beyond the grave.
I don't even want to look anymore. I'm just not.
For the rest of the video, Lily's just doing this.
If I'm gonna die, let me know.
Okay, so ration fraud.
Yeah.
But what they found was way more than ration fraud. Ration fraud. Carol Ann had been keeping 2 women as slaves in the basement and cashing their benefit checks. They were imprisoned in horrible conditions while being beaten and starved. And it's said that she was able to keep the 2 women, Virginia Evans, 31, and Willetta Horner, 30, under hypnotic occult control for 7 years. As slaves down in her basement under control for 7 fucking years. She told them they would be rewarded when they got to heaven. Carol Ann even convinced Evans's father to give her $17,000 for Virginia's nursing care.
See, it's the same as like Social Security fraud.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I know what that is. And so that place has now been burned down, but it sparked a haunt that happens, and it's one of the best haunts in town, I think. Hex House is really good. Yep.
Yeah, I've heard fantastic things about it. I always wanted to go. But it was a combination of not wanting to inflict my child on anybody and not being ready to leave her, so.
Sure, that makes sense. And absolutely is not a place that she could have gone and loved.
Well, she might have.
Well, one of them maybe.
The little one would have left.
It's like, I'm part of the show now, thanks.
Yes, I live here, thank you.
The next one I have been to, and it's creepy. The Purple Church probably takes the top spot for creepiest place in Oklahoma. It's not clear what the place used to be, but all that's left is a concrete foundation and an entrance to a basement. The walls of this basement are said to be covered in satanic verses and pentagrams drawn in purple ink. People have found animal carcasses near the site and tie that to satanic... Sorry, I'm trying to get through this without giggling. And tie that to satanic rituals they believe happen there on full moon Saturday nights where they sacrifice virgins. It's not that I think people don't actually do this shit because people are bananas and they do this shit. But, like, Satanists are some of the nicest fucking people I've ever met, and they don't do this shit.
Right?
They don't do this. Like, can we quit calling everything evil satanic? Like, it's not. It's not. But this place I have been to, and it absolutely is, it feels bad. It feels creepy and icky and bad, and I would love to go back, but like,
I don't wanna.
I get a little bit scared thinking about going back, so yeah. Now, the haunted Overholser mansion I have never been to, and I would love to. I think it would be super fun. Built in 1903, this Victorian mansion belonged to Henry how do you spell this name? Overholser?
Overholser. I don't know.
Yeah. So many call him the father of Oklahoma City. It was once a center of social life and parties of Oklahoma elite, and in 1970, the mansion was officially listed on the National Register of Historic Places.
It's
Visitors.
Beautiful.
Oh, you've seen it?
I just looked up.
You looked it up? Okay.
I just told you I didn't go anywhere in Oklahoma, and you're like, did you go?
Put a picture on the screen. Put a picture.
Look at that.
That is so pretty. Wow. So, this place, we're going to leave this on the screen while I talk about it. It was once the center of social life and parties of Oklahoma elite. And in 1970, this place was officially listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Visitors report apparitions that pull hair or push the visitors around. Some of the spirits knock on the doors. It's a historic and haunted mansion that you will definitely want to tour. And I absolutely want to go tour this place now. That looks amazing.
Well, if they knock, that's polite. I appreciate that.
Right, like, knock, knock, can I come in? Knock, knock, are you scared yet? Like...
You know.
And it doesn't sound, like, malicious, right? Like, it sounds like you could go and find...
Are we calling hair pulling not malicious?
Well, okay, like...
Let's keep it here.
Okay. All right, let's just go to the next one.
Because I was trying to set you up for that. And then...
I don't...
Crystal's a blob.
I like it.
I could fatality her right now.
Don't dare. Leave me alone. We are going to, instead of annihilating Rex today, we're going to read the very last entry that we're going to talk about today as far as Oklahoma creepy shit. And it's the Stone Lion Inn. And this, I think, is in Guthrie. And I've never seen it. I've never been to it, but I really want to go. They host, what do they call them? Like the murder mystery dinners.
Ooh, here.
Yeah. They host those there, and I think that sounds just so freaking fun. And I would love to go do that. Oh, yeah, this is really pretty.
That's gorgeous.
Okay. So this place, the Stone Lion Inn, is a great place to stay, but it has a macabre history. Its original owner, F.E. Houghton, lost one of his children to whooping cough when she was given the wrong medicine by mistake. Oh my God. That's terrible. The child's ghost now haunts the inn and plays with the toys of the children who stay there. Oh. When Houghton's family moved out of the mansion, it was turned into a mortuary for a few years before becoming the inn it is today. Oh my God, that's fucking cool. Mr. Houghton also haunts the guests at the inn, but he is quite helpful and hospitable.
Why do ghosts in South Carolina take your skin and all the ghosts in Oklahoma are like, here, would you like a cup of tea?
You know, that's a really good question. And I would love to say Southern hospitality, but like, we're talking about fucking South Carolina here. So, I don't know. I got nothing. I don't have a fucking clue.
I got all the bad juju. Jesus.
So I want to tell you guys, like, so we have our side chat going for everyone who doesn't know this, which everyone but us obviously doesn't know this. Aaron posts in our side chat that we're both manifesting being haunted. And I swear to God, like, if we both just acquire ghosts out of this, Leo, somehow it's going to be your fault. And you're going to be fired. You said
Aaron, and nobody knows who Aaron is.
What?
You said Aaron.
Oh! Because in the... Okay, we all have these stupid names. So you can see I have Rexosaurus, and Lily has Tora Hyman. Leo in the chat has named himself Aaron Gobralis. So I was laughing at his goofy name. You're right, nobody knows what I'm talking about.
But then you immediately switched to Leo after that.
Oh. I'm sorry, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. So that is Oklahoma's brand of spooky, creepy stuff. Yep.
I like it. You guys got good stuff.
Some of it. There's a lot more. But I think that's plenty.
For now. We can finish the rest of it later.
Yes, later. Yeah. So, do you have anything fun that you want to talk about? Do you have anything interesting that's going on or coming up, or?
No. I have no idea. Really, I don't have any idea. I am in just a place where I'm just taking it one day at a time, and I have no idea what's coming up. None whatsoever.
That's fair. That's allowed.
I don't know. I know there's some big cons coming up, but I don't know when. So
that's probably something good to know. I have a couple of events coming up. Well, I'm not going because I'm going to Joplin, but Denise and Bailey are going to go take Bonnie for Traveling Bantha to the Sam Witwer event, because Sam Witwer is coming to Tulsa. And I'm bummed, like, I would love to go just because of the Darth Maul. You know, I'd love to go. It'd be really rad. But I'm going to go to Joplin and do a troop for Earth Day. It's called May the Forest Be With You. I'm going to go do a troop in the forest. And I just feel like it's so on brand. It is. Like, Denise and Bailey are going to do a great time at Sam, and they're going to take Bonnie and have a great time. And that is so, like, they are both pumped about it. Probably just as much as I am to go hang out in the trees. So I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. So that coming up on Saturday. Oh, and I just got to do kind of a cool thing. So one of the things, I don't know if we've talked about it on the show, I bet we have, but one of the things that I do in my spare time is charity cosplaying, not just for Star Wars stuff, but I work with Real Loki Superheroes, which is superheroes and Ghostbusters and villains and stuff. And we just got to go out to Oklahoma City to the OKC Dodgers game on Sunday.
Oh, I saw pictures. I didn't look at all of them, though.
It was fun. It was really cold. And I wore my giant inflatable Baymax, and he is just basically, when it's windy, he's a big kite. I need a personal handler just to stay on my feet. Like, it's intense. And it was so cold. Like, the costumers were shivering. Some of our Spider people, because we had, like, a Miles Morales, and we had Spider-Gwen, and they were frozen. Like, couldn't feel their fingers freezing. Somebody had to leave early because it was so cold. Like, so cold. So yeah, we did that. So we went to Oklahoma City. While we were up there, before we went to the Dodgers game, we went to Craig's Emporium, which is this amazing, badass place that's like, oh look. Lily, put your head on the neck.
What? Oh.
Oh my god. For all of you guys listening on anything other than YouTube right now, like, I don't know how to explain what we just did.
Hold on. Put your neck and then look at me. So, like, look. Hold on. And smile.
It's our logo.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
Did you take a picture of that?
Hold on. Oh my god, I have it. It's right here.
This is wonderful.
Oh god, okay. copy. Let me... Oh my gosh. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
We basically, okay, so we have this video feed going for our YouTube, and it has the background. And the background is our cover photo, and of course our two skeletons, right? So we positioned our real faces on top of the skeleton bodies and recreated our logo.
Because you were like, and I was like, what the hell is she doing?
Yep. We'll definitely get that put up on our socials. Don't you worry. Oh god, what the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, we went to Craig's. We went to Craig's Emporium, which is this amazing, like, totally LGBTQ plus inclusive,
cool.
friendly, like, I walked in and felt so welcome and safe and just like, it's just everyone around you.
Yay.
And I got this really rad bracelet while I was there.
Oh, I love that.
Because I have to remake all my friendship bracelets, because I tie mine on forever, and then I just wear them till they fall off. And all of mine are gone now, so I gotta remake them, so I have this one.
Yay!
Yeah, so, yeah. I think that's all I got.
Oh, God. I'm staring at this, and this is hysterical.
Do you want to put the picture up on the screen?
Why? They all saw it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They saw it in real time. Okay, well, we'll put the picture on our socials. I think it might be time to wrap up. I'm very tired.
I'm very tired.
And I'm hungry.
And
so I'm gonna go eat dinner, and
we're
you
gonna
go
go
to bed.
yell at our prospective men.
Yeah, we are, because they've scared the fuck out of us. Okay. So, this has been the morning report.
I can't do it.
Hey, mourners. That's Lily.
That's Crystal. And we are...
The morning. Hey, mourners. That's Lily.
That's Crystal. And we are...
The morning
The morning report.
Hey, mourners. That's Lily.
That's Crystal. And we are...
The morning
The
report.
morning report. It's not hard. What is wrong with us?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay.